Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to part 12 of the Minecraft Let's Play series, single player survival series. I want to point out that I've gotten this far done. I have gone through almost 3.5 stacks of TNT. I'm currently working on getting the rest of it by just waiting in here. Afterwards, we can start working on the squid farm. This time around, we're going to be doing something on camera building. First things first, we added the grass farm, which will be giving us flowers for the foreseeable future. And I've expanded the storage section to include now some of the animal products, such as pigs and cows and ladders and doors and signs, to have more space here. And as this world continues to grow, so will the never-ending quest for items. Personal enjoyment? Not necessarily. I do enjoy the fact that now I'm able to use building blocks in my world because we have so many of them, and I'm not worried about running out. At least not for the foreseeable future. Imagine if I run out of blocks to build with. Oh no, that'd be terrible. Hmm. Either way. Either way. Like seeing whatever happens on screen. There's that, and then... This is 8, right? It's not 8. Because what would happen is this would be built up by 1. And this would be... I mean, I can keep this here. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so what I need to do is remove this layer here. But I also need to remove the fences. Hold on, I don't think it's a pick. Is it axe? What's the optimal one for this? You know, I don't think there actually is a tool for it. I found out something moderately disturbing. When you break fences in this version, I don't think any fences drop, because I just broke 8 fences, and I still have the same amount of fences in my inventory that I did before. Neat. That's really neat to know. At this moment, we have finally fixed this section. I can just put the dirt on top. Now, the thing is that signs actually counted as a full block at this point in the game, so I can't stand here. What I mean is, normally, I would be able to stand right next to the sign in modern Minecraft and then just jump up here. But because signs count as a full block, I can't do it. But then again, that's probably a balancing mechanism for the game, because otherwise, they probably would have found an exploit back in the day, and they managed to patch it out before anyone did. That's probably why we're allowed to walk on signs. Or maybe this is just a straight up glitch that no one caught at the time. That could also be the case. And now I have to do it on this side, just to get this part done. Eventually, I'll finish this section of the fences as well. At this point, I have added the second layer. Now I need to do the third and fourth layers. This is taking a lot longer than I originally anticipated, but at the very least, it's not a difficult thing to do. It's just a bit tedious. When you make the building a challenge, rage, quick build challenge, that was interesting, and his intro music was also pretty nice to listen to as well. But just building for the sake of building in Minecraft is not the most, how should I put, in terms of entertainment, stimulating content to view on the channel, on the platform. At the same time, it's something that has to get done in Minecraft at some point. You have to build, whether you like it or not. That sounds like I don't actually like building in Minecraft. The truth be told, I think that the most boring part of Minecraft is probably my favorite part of Minecraft. The grinding, getting everything to do all your builds. The builds are the reward, but the actual gameplay to me is the grinding for all the resources. That's going to be a problem. Passive mobs are going to start spawning on these grass patches up here, which will probably hinder my ability to keep the flower farm going. And actually, this flower farm doesn't actually work in beta 1.2. As a matter of fact, it's designed to work in later updates. The what I'm going to call horticulture update, meaning the update where you can place bone meal on grass and it will grow. That has not come out yet at this point in the game. It's not really an update per se, because I don't think that was what it was actually called. It was just called beta 1 point something. But for the sake of simplicity and for the sake of giving it a name, I'm going to call it the horticulture update. When teal soil wasn't counted as a full block, what ended up happening was that the game would treat it as you fell on it, which is why when you jump on a crop, it breaks. However, by adding the 0.5 to the actual soil, what you generate is the game treating it like a full block, thus making it so that when you step on it, you won't actually break the land. But first, I need to obtain some seeds. Okay, we have 8 fences left. I guess I made an excess. That's fine. And I don't really care about wasting resources anymore because I have so many resources that I'm probably never going to run out of resources. At least no resources from the beta days. Once we get to once we get to full release, running out of resources is going to become a problem until about 1.6, where I can start farming iron from villages. I know technically I could do it a bit earlier. As soon as iron golems come out, I can start farming iron from villages. But, and it's a rather large one, it's not economically sound to farm iron from villages just yet. For as much utility as that offers the player, the correct answer here would be to farm manually first. Okay, now I just gotta check. Let's say I put the water here, because I know this fits a full block, and I don't have another water source block. Let me go get another water source block before I continue this tomfoolery. I could just pick it up from here. This is infinite water. Fun fact, squids won't spawn here because it's not deep enough, and second, I think a maximum of 5 squids can exist on the world map, which is why, even though I was going to build the squid farm, it's not effective to build it at the current moment. So let's say I have these here. The answer is I don't think I could get out. Okay. What this tells me is that I can't just stand here in the middle and break free. But what I can do is place one here and just walk through. If I place one here, but if I place one here like this, I can get through, but now the blocks get stopped. So then how do I get through this? Let's do a check. Will this break? The answer is it will not break. What I do is I will add more cobblestone to the layers. You'll see what I'm doing. And after we make this section here, we gotta add the hose, okay? We gotta get rid of these hose by using these hose so they don't come back to us. Because, as we all know, hose are trouble. And they spend all of your money anyways. Or they just give it to their pimp, you never know which one. But either way, hose are hose. And that's a fact. I don't know. And that should be the entire farm there. What I need to do now is obtain seeds. Now, the only way to get seeds at this moment is to obtain them from naturally green grass. I could probably go further and get the naturally green grass in that way. But for now, there's something I want to show you all. Propose a toast to an extravagantly wasteful life. Armor is next to useless in a beta survival world, simply because it doesn't last as long as it should, and its durability is terrible, and the protection is about the same no matter which armor type you use. Gold, leather, iron, and diamond give the same protection. What really changes is durability, and your protection is based off your durability. Pretty cool. Why do I have this armor on? Because I can! Because I have an excess, okay? Sometimes it's fun to just use your money. Or, in this case, our minerals, our resources per se. Just to say, oh yeah, we can use it. There's nothing stopping us. And now we have an extra fence, meaning that I can store it somewhere. Also, I realize I don't actually have a place to store any cobblestone chests. So let's make some more chests. Oh no. Because there's just something I want to add to the location. Having chests is something that lets me know I'm organized. It lets me keep a track of things. It lets me do accounting of my items. It lets me know what I can and can't use at the moment. Now, sometimes I have so much excess that I need to create more holding, but at least in Minecraft, holding cost is one single cost as opposed to a set of payments. which is why Minecraft, while it's good to learn mathematical skills with Minecraft, it's not the end all be all in terms of genuine learning through the game itself. Because if Minecraft was realistic, there would be taxation for everything you do. There would be rent costs in Minecraft. Now, rent costs actually exist in the form of your armor, your weaponry. But in terms of just establishing a location, that doesn't really exist in Minecraft, and for good reason. It's not a fun mechanic, but it would make Minecraft much more realistic in the long run. Regardless, the first thing we need to do now is obtain seeds. How do we do that? Simple. We take our hoe, and we start working this bitch. 1, 2, 3, 4. How many seeds do we get? 5, 6. It honestly doesn't take too many seeds, it just needs a few. And once we get a few seeds, we're able to continuously build. So, does this actually hold anything? I don't know. I think I have an inefficient build here. Well, actually, it seems to me that this is a consistent build. Meaning that this outer layer has no reason to exist. It's so interesting to me when I think about what layers of this little design actually function with a purpose. So let's see, up here, there is a layer of blocks here, meaning that this outer layer only exists to make it easier to walk around, not for any functional reason. Now remember, this is literally the first time I ever built a trap like this in the game, in terms of a survival world. Because I've built this kind of stuff in SMP in SMP or in creative for testing, but actually have the patience of digging out an entire room just to see how much is genuinely required for one of these builds, one of these farms, one of these construction sites is something that I haven't really tested before. And I'm glad I have, because genuinely it is very interesting to me to see just how much actually goes down when you start building in this game. I could use a stone hoe. I could use these slabs somewhere, but I don't know where to implement them. Therefore, what I'm going to do is store them away for now, and then figure out what to do next. Actually, I know exactly what I'm going to do next. I'm going to plant the seeds. This is a very simple farm. I promise when we start to get to cooler items such as pistons, I'll upgrade the farm. But for now, let's just focus on getting the items quickly. Every farm here, thousands of times more efficient. This would be way more efficient if I had hoppers. This could be made efficient with TNT dupers. This can be, actually, flower farms can be, yeah, they can be made really efficient with pistons. And these seed farms can also be made really efficient with pistons. If you watched my Joe Crazy SMP, where I make the piston water park, you'll see how I make wheat farms really efficient. As fun as it is, though, there's something to be enjoyed with this version of Minecraft. This version of the game that's just around to be played. Okay? There's just something I really like about playing Minecraft this way. It's simple, but not boring. And I know some people say, but I'm too young to feel nostalgic. I don't really care. And that's the way this game plays out for me. Ha. Okay. That's bright enough for me. Eventually, all of this will grow, and I'll get enough seeds to make the entire farm. I need to refill the farm because every so often a boat will break. That's going to happen regardless of the update. I really wish that wasn't the case, but this is where we are. Ah, man, I placed it too far to the left. Okay. Time to fix this. There. Did that work? It worked. Let's check. Dun 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 dun. That lets one out. Goes in. Does it go back here? The answer is a very good yes. Cow, get over here. What? First, I need to craft the books because we need to get our education. After all, without education, you could still be very smart, but you won't have all the answers. You don't got the answers! You guys remember that guy? Oh man, I think I just showed my age even harder than I already do. You know, Joe was right. Joe said that I show my age too often, and that's not entirely false. But at the same time, can you blame me? My age is where I get my, well, not necessarily my age, but the people I grew around with during my age bracket are where I get a lot of my references, a lot of my pop culture information, a lot of my iconography. So the things I recognize is because I was around that during my time growing up. If I wasn't around that, then the problem would be that I just don't have anything to base anything off. And then, what else? I started crafting bookshelves just for the sake of saying I did. Because, my goodness, it takes forever to get a stack of bookshelves. You know how much a stack of bookshelves is? You need 3 stacks of books and 6 stacks of wooden planks. Even with 2 layers of the wooden farm, that still takes an absurd amount of time that my diamond pick would break trying to make 3 stacks of bookshelves. And if not, no, my diamond axe. And even then, even if it didn't break, I would probably have a lot less durability than I do now. That's just some food for thought for any of you who are curious. But now let's actually get to what I wanted to do this episode. I made a cake, guys. I made a cake. Now let's see. Will this break my bucket? No, they doesn't. Awesome. I get to keep my buckets. I feel so happy now. Yay. So I get to keep my milk buckets. This means that eventually, once I can start farming animals, I will have to... I mean, I could technically start farming them now, but to actually breed them is a different story. Cow, give me your damn milk. Thank you. No, don't die. Don't die. No. Give me your damn milk, cow. Thank you. I guess it's not efficient yet. You served your purpose. Wow, that turned dark. Really quickly, that turned dark. And then... let's turn this away. Up next, let's make one of these. A sign. So let's add more lag to my world. Made in MC beta 1.2 underscore 02. Yay. What that tells me is we have finally done what I wanted to do in this update. There's not really much else I want to do, because all the cooler stuff that happens come out in later updates. There are other things I can do with redstone, if I really felt the need to do it, but the redstone becomes obsolete quite quickly, and even then, there are much better things to build in the current moment. Therefore, I made a cake, and that's exactly what I titled this episode. I make a cake. Therefore, I want to thank all of you so much for watching this episode, and I hope you all enjoyed.